This is going to be a very short video. I just have a simple question that I haven't gotten any adequate answers, that I need to have answers. I haven't gotten any adequate answers from anybody, and so here it goes. This video is directed toward anybody who would call themselves a statist, who supports the state, and more specifically, the democratic state. You are a statist and you believe in democracy. That is what you believe, and you support the democratic state. If that is the case, I would really like you to answer for me this simple question. Why are you still a democracy supporter? Stay with me here for a second. It's far too late for you to claim ignorance of all the horrible things that democratic states have done in regards to the mega deaths and invasions and cover-ups that come from the victors writing the history, and just how widespread this problem is. How high it reaches up to the president, who often went to war without even getting the diocese Congress's approval. Just a quick list of American invasions abroad. Argentina, 1890. Chile, 1891. Haiti, 1891. Hawaii, 1893. Nicaragua, 1894. China, 1894. Korea, 1894. Panama, 1895. China, 1894. Philippines, 1898. Cuba, 1898. Puerto Rico, 1898. Nicaragua, 1898. Samoa, 1899. Panama, 1901. Honduras, 1903. Dominican Republic, 1903. Korea, 1904. Cuba, 1906. Nicaragua, 1907. Honduras, 1907. Panama, 1908. Nicaragua, 1910. Honduras, 1911. Cuba, 1912. Panama, 1912. Honduras, 1912. Nicaragua, 1912. Mexico, 1913. Dominican Republic, 1914. Mexico, 1914. Haiti, 1914. Dominican Republic, 1916. Cuba, 1917. Western Europe, 1917. U.S. sent to Europe to fight the Germans, which were at a stalemate with France and Britain, and were planning to sue for peace. But American intervention led to Allies winning the war, and this led to what we know it led to. Interventions in Russia in 1918. The Bolsheviks ended up winning anyway. American intervention just made it take a little longer and caused more deaths because the fighting was more even, so more people died. Honduras 1919, Guatemala 1920, Turkey 1922, China 1922, Honduras 1924, Panama 1925, China 1927, El Salvador 1932, Yugoslavia 1946, Uruguay 1947, Greece 1947, Philippines 1948, Puerto Rico 1950, Iran 1953, Vietnam 1954, Guatemala 1954, the Vietnam War that went to 1975, Cuba 1961, Cuba 1962, Laos 1962, Panama 1964, Indonesia 1965, Dominican Republic 1965, Guatemala 1966, Laos 1971, Chile, 1973, El Salvador, 1981, Nicaragua, 1981, Lebanon, 1982, Grenada, 1983, Bolivia, 1986, Iran, 1987, Philippines, 1989, Panama, 1989, Kuwait, 1991, Somalia, 1992, Haiti, 1994, Sudan, 1998, Afghanistan, 1998, Yugoslavia, 1999, and, of course, we all know about Afghanistan and Iraq in 2001 and 2003. After knowing all of this, how do you remain in support of democratic statism? What is keeping you there? And I could add other things, like the state-enforced slavery of blacks, followed by state-enforced denial of employment and certain types of property for blacks, massacre of the Native Americans, how taxation, which includes federal, state, and local, and the inflation tax and the direct cost of complying to regulations, adds up to over 40% of the national income, how increased state control over medical services has seen a decrease in the number of doctors per capita in the United States since the 1960s, if Nazi Germany, for example, had the same level of control over the means of production, the same abuse of domestic minorities, the same ultra-imperialism as the U.S., it would crumble apart. It would not exist anymore as a single working entity. It would just not be possible. Just so much widespread violence and crimes against children, forcing them into camps where they are, quote, educated, close quote, on the glory of the sacred texts and the fathers and if they don't do this, they're threatened to be imprisoned, or their parents are. That's what's going on today with the democratic state, which is the leading form of statism today, just because it has the most supporters, right? Just look on YouTube, all these clowns, talking about democratic socialism and stuff, and for some reason, it's immune to all of these criticisms. So tell me, ShwaNerd, why are you such an aggressive idiot? Why? I know you're probably not watching this, but if you do see this, please make a video response making a case for the democratic state. No appeals to sacred texts or fathers. Let's hear this from the ground up. I know that up to this point in your life, you've just presupposed the state. much like people throughout ages presupposed gods, the lower station of women, the right to abuse and rape children, etc. Give me something specific to attack.